Aloha, welcome back to Aina Bear Farm. It's a sunny, dry October day here. It's been dry for a while, so I've been thankful for this agroforestry section that has irrigation lines. So much easier than the food forest, which is, not planted in rows. It's very scattered to kind of imitate a more natural organic forest, but during drought, it is a pain in the butt to take care of because of all the watering needs, at least until it matures some more. But anyways, I wanted to give you guys some updates on this system. We have finished digging out the third and final fruit tree row, which we'll be able to see a little better in a moment. What you can see here is the top row, and then we've got the row of Tithonia, all the guinea grass, Tithonia, another fruit tree row. We have another row of Tithonia in here that's just starting to pop up. And then we haven't actually done our Tithonia row here yet, but we did do this final fruit tree row because I wanted to get these bananas in. I had the keiki, or pups, that were ready to go, ready to move. So now we'll kind of go backwards and put that last Tithonia row in here. And today, part of the reason I wanted to give you an update is because this is really the first time I'm going to go through and more or less clean everything up, prune, and stack resources. So up at the top we've got the bananas, the pigeon pea, the jack beans, and then down hiding in there we've got a couple of other trees. There's a Gliricidia or Madre de Cacao, and harder to find are some Sesbania sesbin. They might kind of make their way up through here, and then got moringa here and there too. We'll see how it does. But we're going to come in. I'm going to use our trusty BCS here to start mowing. This has the sickle bar attachment there with the cutting teeth on the front. It's about 4 feet wide. So I tried to measure these sections in such a way that I could get the BCS through there pretty easily. And I know it seems really wide right here, but eventually we're going to have ice cream beans and then a few other crops in between with an overstory. So I still wanted to be able to get the BCS through here and then back on the other side. So we're going to cut all this. I'm going to try to do as much as I can with the BCS, although I know like some parts of this section up here are so steep that I might not feasibly be able to do it. So we'll see how far I can get. I may have to do a little finishing with the weed whacker. And then once we get this mowed down, I'll come back and show you what it looks like before we start chopping some of this Tithonia, because some of the Tithonia is already flowering. And so we just want to cut that back and encourage it to push out more. So we just want as much growth as possible on that. So we'll cut the grass will be down, prune the Tithonia, pile the Tithonia up in the fruit tree rows, and then put the grass on top of that. And then we'll have a nice clean system for you to see at the end. You should be able to see all the rows looking orderly and, just clearly be able to see everything. So hang tight, we're going to get this mowed. We'll be right back. Okay, I was able to get almost everything mowed with the BCS. It's just these top two areas that get really tricky at certain points, and I had to get in there with the weed whacker. So now you can see the rows all nice and neatly going past the small Tithonia. And it's getting a little bit later, which means that I need to get back to watering the food forest. So I think I'm going to finish up with this tomorrow, do all the organizing of materials and the pruning of these Tithonia. This just planted a couple months ago maximum. It's already taller than me, and that's one of the reasons we use this. It is just super quick. And I did hit it in a couple of spots with the tractor, but that's okay. It will come back quick. So, yeah, we'll get back on this tomorrow. Come in and prune these up. Add that to the fruit tree row up here. And I'll put all this grass on top of that. So, hang tight. And for you, it'll just be a second. For me, I'll see you tomorrow. And we're back. Oh, it's the next day. It's another clear but sunny and hot day. And we've kind of gotten to a finishing point right now. As you might be able to tell, I've taken down these 2 rows of Tithonia to about knee height. And this time I used the like lopper pruning shears. But in the future, when these are really kind of pushing out and they're pushing a lot of green material, you can just use a machete because it's pretty time efficient. You basically just walk down the line swinging around knee height. Of course, careful not to hit your own knees. And you take it down, you end up with a big pile, then you just come back, put the pile where you want it. This time around, we're not getting too sophisticated with the organization. As you can see, I've just laid some down there and just tried to kind of cover up some more bare spots of soil with the Tithonia. Most of the grass I'm just going to leave where it is right now. We'll come in, when we do a bigger harvesting, so to speak, of the Tithonia, and we'll put that grass on top of there to essentially let it break down really nicely under there, and maybe hang on to some of that nitrogen, get it into the soil as opposed to having it escape into the atmosphere. So we prune those 2 rows, so they're all kind of uniform now. Again, these systems, they're largely about just ease of maintenance. These ones weren't quite ready to be pruned yet, so they're just kind of getting started. But you sort of just want things in a way that's easy to take care of, and having them all kind of get pruned at the same time, to the same height, to the same end goal, just makes these kinds of systems super efficient. Bananas are doing good. It looks like we did lose 1 banana at the end of this row, so we'll have to get another keiki or pup to replace that. And then the only grass that I did move was down on this bottom line where it was, bare soil. And you can see the irrigation line. We did plant our typical recipe along those irrigation lines with jack bean, moringa, and pigeon pea going all the way down. So those will start to come up over the next week and give us a little bit more shade on our soil, like these top 2 rows. And like I said, we'll come back and put that last row of Tithonia here. Then we'll probably be on pause for a little bit in terms of planting and wait for the rainy season to get going, and then we'll put those ice cream beans in on the interim rows between the fruit rows. And mostly just because I don't really want to deal with digging out a whole bunch more guinea grass, right through this section, just to lay down a drip line, only to have trees every 20 feet. So for now, we'll just dig little pukas, little holes, and put the ice cream beans in there and let the seasonal rains get them going. And then as we get back towards spring and summer and back into our drier periods, I'll think about digging that out, irrigating it. But at that point, I might be ready to put in some other crops. I'm thinking papaya would be one of the early crops to put in there. So that's about a wrap for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out this update. Try to get some updated footage on the food forest as well soon. Lots of little things going on up there, keeping me busy for sure, but nothing as major as this. This is a big project that I've been wanting to get to for a long time. I was hoping to have it at this stage by the end of the summer, but it's October, so I made it pretty close. Usually with farming, take whatever amount of time span you think something's going to take and add at least 50%, right? All right, well, we appreciate you watching. Leave questions or comments in the comment section, and come and see us again here soon. Aloha at Ina Bear Farm.